my whole life.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Here we're going. Yeah, you just want to make sure you get up close to the microphone.
You want to do a sound check or?
Oh yeah, I can see it right there.
Okay.
Yeah, just like, just get close to the microphone. You'll be good.
Check.
So we're good like that. Am I moving? Yeah, I'm moving.
Cool.
Yeah, you're moving.
All right, cool.
There you guys are.
Cool. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how'd you guys get into doing shows?
Oh, that happened by accident. That didn't even happen on purpose.
Really?
Yeah, you want to elaborate on that? Yeah, that was all you.
It's a pretty funny story.
Here, get up in there.
So I met Eric 2.5, almost 3 years ago
Yeah.
on the car lot, Western Motors, and we're doing our thing, and they needed somebody to take pictures and create videos, and he did outstanding work, man. Everybody was tripping, like, whoa,
Right.
So we're selling the hell out of cars, man, me and him, and I got let go for whatever reasons. We won't get into that, But 6 months prior to that, he had mentioned, like, hey, I got an idea about something I think we ought to do. It's called Lens 360, and threw the idea at me, like, wow. And I was like, yeah, I could see it, but it was starting out with just a car lot thing, right?
Yeah. We were just gonna be taking pictures and do videos for car dealerships because that's what I knew what to do, and I
Okay.
just figured like we can offer that service. Let me get closer, right there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just figured we can just offer that service to any other dealership. And then we ended up doing that. We did it for a few dealerships. Everything was going well. And then we ended up getting the spot. But that's when Russ came in. Like,
Right.
he's the one that found that.
So we got lucky, and relationships, you got to be cool with everybody, right? Because you
Right.
never know.
Well, you try.
Yeah, we
you
try.
do the best. You do the best you can, right?
But no, God bless the Stephanies. They gave us an opportunity to get into the old Stephanie building there,
Right,
It had been empty for like 10 years or
Which
whatever.
is cool.
So we set it up, and we had a little thing. We had a little sports thing going there with
Mhm.
Coach Lorenzo for a little bit and the sub coach. But Eric was doing the photos and editing. We brought in Joel right by then, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
starting to do the art thing.
Yeah.
And then good friends of ours from White Wolf, Troy and Joel and them guys, came to us one day, and they had lost their venue. They were like, hey, man, we're going to play tomorrow, and the place that we're going to play won't let us play now. Can
right.
we play here?
Yeah.
And we were like, I don't know,
Yeah, we never done it.
yeah, we never done it.
And we
so-
didn't have any equipment at all. We just had a spot. Just
Yeah.
a vacant.
Yeah, just an
Open
empty
building.
empty
Empty building. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Right.
incredible.
Yeah.
But we did the right thing. We went to city and made sure it was cool, figured out how to go about it, and
Yeah.
Right.
so
Right.
did that and threw a show. Man, it was funny because we literally had the drop screen for our
The green
green screen.
screen, yeah.
That was the backdrop.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
it was
Yeah.
like if you go in there now, like you see a mural, like you see everything that's like it looks like a venue now. Like it looks decent, it looks
Right,
good.
right.
But before it was just like bland walls with like a weird old color, and then the back wall was just as we put up this big green screen, and it didn't make sense because it's like you have these bands performing, and it's like, what's the green screen for,
Right.
But it just, we did that for a couple of shows, and people liked it. Like the White Wolf came through, and
yeah.
White
it
Wolf?
grew. Yeah,
White
Wolf's a band?
Yeah, it's a band.
White
right
Wolf's
here.
a band. They're pretty. They got a couple
They got some hits.
couple
Pretty good.
albums out actually.
They're about to
Yeah.
go on tour too. They're right here in Merced, so it's like a local band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty
all
good.
right.
Who's the girl? The girl group from Modesto. The
What,
dude's a
Hellheart?
photographer now.
Painting Chaos. Oh yes, it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys heard about Painting Chaos.
Yeah, I went after Painting Chaos.
There you go.
All right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Painting
it was-
Chaos.
Did they
man,
shot
everybody-
us down or what? Never
They
responded.
haven't replied to me yet.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
We
okay.
can get them for
I'll
you.
Watch it.
I'll hit them up.
To them.
yeah.
I'm
No,
after
but-
you guys.
They are a very talented group,
Yeah.
right there. It's amazing the talent that comes out of Mercedes. We were like shocked,
Yeah, it was for me. I mean, I've always been into rock and everything, but that sort of music that was being performed at the studio, I've never heard it before. Like I've never.
Oh,
It was
right.
all brand new. I was just like, whoa. So every time we have different bands coming through, to me it's a new experience because I'm just like, I never listened to that type of stuff,
Oh, all right.
But we're exposed to it all the time because we get different bands and different genres and everything. So it's cool. So after we had that one show, it was just word of mouth. Like those rock bands told their rock bands, and they told their friends, and we've had bands come from San Francisco, L.A.
The guy came from Seattle, man. Remember?
Seattle.
Yeah, that dude was pretty tight. Yeah.
Yeah, like
So
Oh yeah, I mean,
they were on tour
if
already.
people get a chance to
Yeah.
play, dude, they'll play
Yeah.
anywhere.
We felt bad for them. They're like they were already on tour and their bus broke down or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the guys, the one that was producing it, they were really cool about. They took the money from that night and gave it to him. They're like, "Here, bro, fix your vehicle." So they continued their tour. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But
Yeah, that's a good spot where you guys had.
Oh, thanks, man.
I
I've
like
been
it.
trying.
And then you got the studio upstairs.
We
and
just got the
stuff.
studio upstairs, so we'll be able to, hopefully put together some sound now, or I don't know, man. Who knows? I've got something in my mind like the downtown news. That'd be pretty tight, bro.
Right.
But, we'll see. We'll see
Well,
what happens.
You got to watch out for that Merced news stuff.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we do have to watch out for the. Maybe we have the not so real Merced news.
You know what I'm talking
Not
about?
so real.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's an all right guy. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's like chasing the police scanners, and you kind of. It's a little
yeah,
not news is
that guy. He just shows up. Like
Wait,
he
who?
there was a car crash in my alleyway a few months ago,
Right.
and then right away, we're out there like looking at the cops are looking at it, and all of a sudden I get a ding on my phone because I follow all the news pages, and then I look. I'm like, what the hell? Like, me and my roommate were like on this live news feed right now. This is going on Facebook. There's already like 500 viewers. And I'm like, what the
Damn.
heck?
Yeah.
And I turn around and this guy's behind me with his phone from, I won't say the name, but the news channel that's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're out in public, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I didn't get mad, but
No,
So,
that's
yeah,
the thing
don't
that
get
they're
mad
doing
on
in LA though. That group. Remember I was talking to you about that? They got this group of guys that go around with these really nice cameras, right? They can 100 times zoom in, and they're not getting in the way, and they're uploading the stuff to CBS and ABC and all that, and they're making the money for it, man. So
Yeah.
accident on 101, got it, put it up.
Right.
Wow, smart.
Just hang out up in the hills and stuff. Or
Yeah, with your scanner, have a good time,
I
tripping
guess.
out, seeing all the action.
dude, that dude reminded me of Jake Gyllenhaal from that movie when he's chasing around the police
Oh,
scanner.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, cool. So would you guys got like your booking shows? You got to like, or just whatever comes up.
Originally, we were just taking whatever we can get, but now we're at a point where we have to book everything at least a few weeks in advance. We
Yeah.
get people who try to hit us up like a few days before, and it's like, I wish I could, but we already got like the whole week booked.
But do you have like a calendar set up
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah, Russ and I, we both. He's the one that's in charge of booking it. I'm the one just sets up the calendars, check up
Right.
their pages and everything. So we got a system now. Before it was just chaotic because we would just
Yeah,
we
we're
would
just
think-
going for it.
Yeah.
So is there somewhere though where we can go look at what shows are coming up or anything?
I usually have the website pretty up to date. It's at Lens 360, so lens360media.com, and then just go on the tab that says events, and you'll see all the previous ones we have, and then pretty much after like at the end of the week I'll upload the new ones that are coming up.
Oh, right.
So it's
Yeah. And then on Facebook too, we're always
Yeah.
posting on Facebook. So if there's an event coming up, whoever they are, that we'll co-host it with
Yeah.
them or let them be the co-host, and then it gets produced out, and then there's ways to reach out and
people
make
see
things
it, yeah.
happen.
People see it on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Right.
So
So
you know,
usually
we-
Facebook.
Yeah, we try to be open to everybody, but it's tough. Sometimes the younger crowd, man, they get a little too crazy. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we like Russ said, like we try to do every genre, we try to do everything we can, but when it comes to like that 18 and under crowd, like that's a crowd that gets
Yeah, bro, it's
wild,
rough.
man.
18 to 21. I understand it though, because I remember when I was that age, you become
Yeah,
18, right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're not that little kid no more. You're 18, right?
Right.
But you're not 21, right? So you're stuck in the middle. You're too old to hang out with the little guys, but you're not old enough to hang out with the big guys. And man, we had probably 150 kids in there. 130
Yeah,
kids.
we were at max capacity.
We're at max capacity, and people pissed because they wanted to come in, but we're having to hold down the fort. And then thank God they didn't fight at our place, but they fought across the street.
Right. I
And then,
probably heard
yeah,
that.
and so we knew what was going to happen,
Yeah.
right? So we started closing. We shut down an hour and a half earlier than we were supposed to, but
well.
and literally turned on the lights and shut it down. And then I was right, man. About 10 minutes later,
Cops
boom,
came.
there they
Yeah.
were. You know, so thank God everybody was out because, well, we're a non-alcoholic event anyways,
Right.
so we don't have to worry about it. But still, you know,
You never
anything that's happening bad, it's like it's because of them, you know. So
know. Yeah.
what are
Really?
you gonna do?
O'Reilly's is right there. You guys don't just blame it all on O'Reilly's, man. I mean, it's like the obvious choice, right?
No, all right,
Just be like, we're non-alcoholic. There's
from-
alcohol right across the street. It's
the guy
not
from
us.
O'Reilly's. He like knew he called me over before and he's like, looks like you're gonna babysit tonight, huh? And I'm like, well, maybe. And he's like, well, if you need any trouble, let me know. They're cool with us, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure that they don't want them guys, all them guys there, trying to sneak into their place, you know. So, and then you know, heat is heat. Who wants heat around, right? So, but whatever.
Yeah, so that's just the thing, man. Like, you know, in Merced, there's not a lot of venues or a lot of like music events.
Almost zero. And
Right,
then
yeah.
for 18 and under.
Yeah, it's like
absolutely nothing.
pretty much nothing. So when we try to do stuff like that, it's like, you know, they're like, let's do a good job at it. And it's kind of hard when, you know, you got people who trying to like, you know, walk in with things they shouldn't be, you know. It's a bad
Well,
look.
you know, people are always going to try to take it.
People are always going to try to people. But you would think like, hey, they're hooking you up, so let me be cool here, right?
Exactly.
You would think, right?
You,
but
you
no.
literally have to babysit them, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
bro,
what I
I'm
mean?
telling
But I
you.
mean, why not? If it's you know, kind of getting to that point, why
Right.
not make sure that you have some guys that are just watching out?
Yeah.
Nice,
That's
large dudes that are
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, somebody that, but they have to be biased, and they have to be somebody that's not going to be like, oh, well, that's my buddy, or I think she's cute. You know, no,
Right.
you got to be there for business. You know,
Yeah.
not to be manhandling, killing people. Oh shit! Now we're really in trouble, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, you just, you know.
Maybe I get a little old-fashioned quick taser. Oh,
Oh.
shit! Oh, you all right?
Oh, boy.
I don't know
Oh,
what happened to
boy.
you. Come
Might
on
wanna
out.
None of
just-
that. None of that. None of that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
kidding,
ain't
I
doing
mean.
none of that.
Zap, zap. No. That's funny.
It's like, what?
You're not supposed to bring that in here.
happened?
I do not know what happened to him. He just pissed himself. Yeah, I do not know what happened to him.
I know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Shit. No.
So what is some of the ideas you got for that space up there? Co-op recording studio? I
well,
mean, something.
the idea, I was talking to Erica, you know, it just barely happened, you know, so the idea would be to be, you know, bring in a group, you know, maybe get somebody to sponsor, you know, a serious group or somebody
Right.
that's really up and coming, bringing them here. Maybe you guys can co-op with this, having an interview with them upstairs first, you know what I mean, and then have
Right.
them come down and play, man. That would
Right.
be pretty tight, you know. So get a 2-in-1 while they're in on it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then during the week, use that as a booking because there's a lot of stuff going on downstairs with Joel and the photography stuff, you know. So
Right.
use that as central station, basically, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even getting to the point. There's a kid named, I'm sure you know him, Teca Nesto. You know Nesto, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's a nut, man. I love him. But,
Yeah, he's a character.
yeah, he's
Right.
a
Yeah,
character.
somebody-
He's a
something
cool
else.
dude,
Yeah,
man.
he's something else.
But so Nesto's really gonna help me out in getting you set and tuned. And Aaron, our guy, Aaron's a genius, man. When it comes to setting
yeah,
up
he's a producer.
studio, he's a producer. So we should be able to put something up. We're already sitting on that big amp and you know, the first one that we bought, the big mixing board.
Oh yeah.
It's got 18 channels on it that we haven't even used. So we should be able to use that and get that the system up rather quickly. You know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe even rent it out per hour or something. But you know, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. So if you got anything, let me
Right.
know. So-
Well, I mean, it gets hot in here.
I mean, we're just
So we're actually taking a break at the end of June.
Yeah.
Like June 25th? That's our
Yeah,
last
June
show?
25th is our last show. I was talking to you guys about the show for June 26th.
oh
yeah.
And I think I told you the 25th the other night at the show, but it's the 26th.
The
Because
26th?
25th is our podcast, our last podcast
So it's on
of the
Saturday.
summer. It's on
Saturday.
Tuesday.
Okay, it's on Tuesday. Oh, I mean we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't book anything. I'll change
But,
that.
yeah.
Lock it in right now.
Okay. Cool.
On a Tuesday?
Well, that's when Not an Airplane's gonna be in town because we're doing.
wow.
He's doing the podcast with us on Monday,
Okay.
and then they're doing the show the next day.
And you're booking that show?
Yeah.
Better do some flyering and shit,
No,
dude.
that's not-
Oh yeah,
good.
I'm having somebody make a flyer right now, and then I'm gonna try to get a lot of them
This is
printed
good.
off.
There we go.
Walk the streets.
We do graphic design too.
I mean,
Right.
Oh
with
shoot!
the idea that Russ is trying to do, I mean, we just want to be the like one-stop shop, you know. Like we can do your photos, we can do your video, you can book a show, we can do your interview, we can do everything, you know. Like we're trying to be that's where the 360 came from. It's like all around, you know. We're trying to
Right.
be the all media.
Oh, that's
You know?
cool.
Absolutely. I mean, because think about it. If you didn't, well, let's use a reference so maybe everybody can understand. So when you go to hospitals, you know, you go to a hospital and they give you a prescription. You got to leave the hospital and you got to go somewhere else, right?
Right.
Okay. But not in Fresno, man. You go to that Fresno. What's that big hospital they got there? You know what I'm talking about?
They got the VA.
Luckily,
Kaiser.
I do not
So-
know what you're talking about.
So you go to Kaiser
Very
Permanente. Okay. You go to Kaiser Permanente. Thank you, really.
Okay.
You go to Kaiser Permanente. You get your doctor, right? Thank you, doctor. See you later.
Right.
You step next door. There's a pharmacy right there.
All right.
Hey, go pharmacy. Okay, cool.
Boom.
Hey, and on your way out, why don't we do this for you as well? Everything's centrally located.
So we got to upsell.
Well, upsell, upsell,
Upsell
or super
No,
convenient,
just
super convenient,
the
super convenient.
Disneyland for musicians
Yeah.
and artists.
Oh,
So
there you go.
yeah,
That's a
so
good-
if you
that's a
can
good
do
way to put
that,
it. Yeah, that's a good way to
wasn't
put it.
there? Remember the old Prince movie? What was it?
Purple Rain?
No, the other one after that. Something under
Oh,
the
God.
bridge or
Was there
something.
another one after that? Come on, there's Purple Rain and there is nothing else. Nothing
is
else.
true.
There was a sequel.
But yeah, it was a cheesy ass movie. But he had a building that was all structurally about art. You know, so one
Right.
part it was for recording, the next part was an artistic place.
Wasn't Breaking 2 something about that? We're trying to raise money for like a community
Yeah, that was
center
a
or
kids
something
thing,
like
man.
that?
Something like that.
What,
Yeah.
Breaking 2?
Breaking 2, I think so. They bought themselves a building. Because imagine buying a building, that would be tight. But,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it would be tight.
Well, I
It's a
mean,
possibility.
But I don't know. Even a radio station
I
would
want
be
to. I'm doing this totally out of my own pocket. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And it's not to make. It's just to create something for artists and musicians to use and you know. And then I like sitting down and talking with people.
Yeah.
So I keep saying it
No, that's
on every podcast.
cool.
But
But that's the
but
best
yeah,
part
that's
of
what
it,
I
though,
get
right?
at. I try to create a cool-ish video.
yeah.
Because right now it's a lot more fun than it is good. I'll just be honest, but I'm working on it. I mean, I don't know
People-
what the heck I'm doing. I have no. I mean, other than just jamming in bands and
Right.
just recording here and there,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
I really
people-
don't have any experience whatsoever. I'm just like learning on the fly.
People tend to gravitate towards that organic type of vibe, you know, like people.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I'm just, I'm critical, but I still think that hope most of the people enjoy, the videos afterwards and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
like it's
You know.
it's just something that they could share. Like when we first opened up into that first show, I mean, I was fairly new to videography, so I was just practicing as much as I could with the bands that would come in because they'd get a free video. You know, it's like, you guys did a show at our studio, we're gonna give you a free video, and people liked it because it was them. It was them performing, and they could share it and everything.
Right.
So it's like,
It's
yeah, man, it's just people. Yeah,
I think it's what's incredible is the atmosphere is from where we started from to where we're at.
Right. I remember
Yeah.
seeing diversity of one there.
Yeah, remember
You know.
D1? Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Right.
Yeah, they're cool.
I mean, do you guys need help building the stage?
yeah,
Because I will
Hurrah.
donate.
definitely need
I will
help.
donate my time.
Yeah, we-
because I saw that stage the other night.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it's not even a
it needs
stage.
my help.
It's just what is it?
Let's just say the insurance agents loved my stage, bro.
It's hey, what are those called? The
I've seen his stage.
things
They're
that are
partitions.
partitions. We just stacked them up.
Oh,
we
that's
stacked the
not good.
partitions,
No,
and
it's
I
not
added
good at all.
I added wood to try to like reinforce it. Added some wood to try and reinforce it, but it's not the best stage.
No, you could do like some pallets and some pieces
trying.
of plywood.
Oh,
You know what I
absolutely,
mean?
man.
Like,
Especially if it was something kind of you can manipulate and move to.
never mind, Patrick. Sorry, I'm confusing you. No, his camera is off center, dude. I was just gonna. But yeah,
No, I was gonna say that's Elvis, man.
what's that?
Isn't that Elvis?
Oh
that
yeah,
was
and
He's playing with Jimmy.
Jimmy and
Oh man, is that Tom Petty too? No, that's not Tom Petty.
Marley.
That's Bob
yeah.
Marley.
Lennon.
Nice.
We got there Jim Morrison, Buddy Holly.
Is it his buddy
Buddy
Holly?
Holly.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, we got some stuff
Yeah.
hanging on the walls around here.
Yeah, no, I
we
see
need
it.
more.
Nice.
There's a few more sitting at the table too.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
as soon as I walked in here, this the room kind of reminded me of that. Do you guys watch The Simpsons at all?
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It was an episode of when they were making like a reference to what was that movie called? To Pulp Fiction, where they go into the pawn shop, right? But it's a Simpsons version. Though. It's a Simpsons version. So
Oh,
like,
right,
he goes in
yeah.
there. I don't know, just like the brown, but I don't know. Just walking in here, I was just like,
There better not be some guy behind there coming out with a gag and it's like,
Yeah.
holy
I
shit,
know,
I'm
right?
out here.
Who's dead? Zed's dead, baby.
yeah.
No,
No.
this is cool. This is, you know, I'm a little bit older, obviously, but this shit reminds me of Fat Freddy's cat and all that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You kind of walk and be like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is a vibe, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got the space and it was full of junk and dust and it was totally filthy, right? But most of that plywood, you know, it's all kind of broken and stuff, but it was in here. All
Oh,
those
nice.
doors were all in here. That carpet was in here.
Oh, nice.
So we just cleaned it up.
Dang.
And I just put the doors on the wall to kind of, you know, absorb some of the sound and
Yeah,
stuff.
there you go.
Cool.
And then, yeah, we were just. I mean, I guess I was doing the podcast already, but it was more for bands to come in and play, and then I
Mhm.
just was like, hey, why don't I just do
Do an
my
interview.
podcast in here? Because my house is kind of small. You could be doing it. I mean, we did the first couple.
Yeah, you
in
know
my
what? I
house.
seen was it Bus Stop Boxer? Was that inside your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I
that
thought we were
band's
gonna go
cool.
today. Who's in the house, you know? But
Oh, dude, we're actually bringing Bus Stop Baxter back, and we redid 7 Year Sleep, Marcel. And
Oh,
Markel,
nice.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But we only redid them with one camera, so we actually need to do them again because we got the 3
Dude,
cameras now.
you want to
Right,
get a couple
know.
cameras? When you bring Sea Monkey do, you better have like 4 cameras in here, bro. That dude's fantastic.
Yeah, man,
he's got different. Holy
He's
shit.
he's animated.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
And
I
he
love
has-
that
he-
dude.
he gets down. He has like
Dude.
he has funk. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as soon as he starts singing, and he's not in a box. Like he's just
Bro.
man. He
Remember
gets
when he
down.
first
He
came?
gets down.
He showed up with this little ass. He had this funky ass hat on. Like he looked like a lighter version of Rick James, right? He had this, he had this fedora shit on, right? He had a fedora,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And he comes with this little box, right? He puts the freaking box down and shit, and he starts tuning shit up. Turns it on and gets down, bro. And we're like, what
Dude.
the?
Yeah,
Dude, the other
Yeah.
night I was just super impressed with that guy.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Same
why,
with
you know,
Yeah,
I
Christmas
tried to
time,
get
man.
Oscar. Oscar can't really join us until after our break,
Okay.
but we're gonna get Oscar down in here,
Right.
and we just did Destructo Bunny. Did you see
Nice.
that one?
No, I didn't get a chance to see this.
That's a part of it. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
that's
it was all right.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
he
nut
got
too,
down.
man.
I heard
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We had fun.
He's a lot
Gets
of
good
fun.
flow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, you know, but
But yeah, Sea Monkey do though. He gets down, man. Like, he came out of like nowhere too, because we had open mic night and it was just acoustic. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is what it was different. It was all acoustic and everything. End of the night, he goes up there and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? He can rap, he can sing, he produces, like
plays
he
guitar.
plays
and-
guitar.
yeah.
Like he's an artist that should definitely get more. Like
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Have you
know.
seen
Could you
his
imagine if
video
he
that
lived
he
somewhere
just
else?
Yeah,
put
and
out?
that video
Yeah.
that they made, like that video was dope, man.
It
I
is,
loved it.
right?
Hey,
I
even,
loved it,
even
bro,
his cover.
yeah.
Have you seen his cover? He's sitting on a old ass truck, right? and I mean, it's a nothing photo, but with him, it makes sense.
Brilliant, right?
Yeah.
It's brilliant,
I was just
right?
like, what the?
But that video, I want to know who filmed it because the
It was-
lighting was really good. The camera angles and movement was super
It
good.
was,
I liked the editing, the timing. I was just like,
No, I watched it. I watched that video and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
this video is. Because one thing is like when I watch videos and everything, I'm like, sometimes I critique it, but like that guy, it's like I like respect, nothing but props, dude.
Right.
Like he did a storytelling. I wasn't bored. It wasn't just like different angles and. It's not the same fucking formula that everyone does. Right now, all you see
But-
is like slow mo shaking hands, slow mo smoking, slow mo cash. You know what I mean?
right.
That was the
Right.
story, and I was just like, hey, the lighting was good, the shots were good. It was just, yeah, man. I was just like,
Yeah,
yeah, that,
I was super impressed with it too.
it was a good video.
hmm
Yeah.
Do you know who filmed it?
I forgot. Like he has it on
It's
his
like
on his
Snake
IG.
Something.
Something with an S.
Right. I thought
don't-
it
I
was
don't know.
Snake something.
I don't know the name.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
got
we
that,
just
man.
watched it.
It's a good video.
Yeah,
It's a
so
good
it
video.
should be in my history here.
Yeah. But yeah, Sea Monkey Do is cool. He's gonna be hosting if we do have it.
yeah, we are currently trying to put together a tribute to Prince.
A tribute.
Yeah, we had a Selena event that went fantastic, man. And we were packed.
Selena?
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
that's
man.
interesting.
Dude, there was a bitty bonbon contest and everything. It was pretty cool. So we had mentioned something about Prince, and everybody was jumping on that too, because like his birthday's coming up June 7th or something like that. So we'd like to have something towards the end of June for him, you know. But Simon Kadu stepped up right away and goes, "I want to host it. I want to be the lead for that." And we're like, "Yeah, you'd be
that's
perfect
very
for it."
cool, dude.
Yeah. So him and Marcel, and there's a group of them that kind of click together. Kayla Just, Anna Rogers. Oh man, Matea, bro, you guys got to interview Matea, bro. She is deep.
Modesto fucks with Merced, bro.
Modesto's got a lot of talent, bro. Holy smokes.
Modesto always shows up.
Yeah.
Well, even that girl that was on Idols. Holy shit, did you see her singing on Idols? That girl could blow. Some
girl. She made it to American Idol.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's from Modesto too. Yeah.
Incredible.
I don't know her name, but she.
We haven't really had the greatest luck with Modesto, or north of Modesto. Yeah, do we have anybody coming from Modesto?
Honestly, I don't know where not an airplane is from.
Yeah, I think he's from.
I think
that
it's from.
area.
Yeah, I think it's from the area. So I'm pretty sure that's so far. Only.
Yeah, MMA fighters and Modesto has been kind of weird for us.
MMA fight. It's funny that you said that. I used to work with the MMA fighters in Modesto, and we're working there in the dealership. This is back in the day, about 20, 25 years ago. And freaking Kim Chen walks in the place, bro. And
right on.
And he's like, yeah, and they're buddies and shit. And I'm like starstruck and shit. And like, holy shit. Yeah, incredible, man.
We had the Lions Den down in
Yeah,
Fresno
man.
and stuff.
No way, man. The Lions Den's awesome.
All up and down
Those
the
are
valley,
same
the
guys.
Lions Dens.
Yeah. See, I worked with Ronnie Roberts, man, and Ronnie was part of the crew. Him and Ken and, man, there was a bunch of these guys. And Pete Wilson, Pete Williams.
Pete
man.
Williams.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Pete kicked that dude in the face that one time, remember? Knocked his ass out.
We did a one fight companion type thing where we brought the bass player from Cursed, brought him in and we watched the UFC.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hung out.
Yeah.
And
But, you know,
BS was
as
non-PC.
aside from Modesto, if you came a little bit this way, them guys from Waterford kicked ass the other day, too,
Yeah,
right?
man, Waterford.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Waterford brings
Paper Space and the two dudes. What were they? The two dudes.
silly lungs. Was it?
Silly Lungs. Yeah.
Silly lungs. You guys
Them
ever heard
guys
of them?
are
Silly Lungs?
dope.
No.
Bro. Holy shit.
Yo, those
you
guys.
need to give some of those names to Patrick.
Yo,
Yeah.
Silly Lungs, man.
Right.
Those guys were a breath of fresh air, dude. Like,
Bro.
it's a different style, man.
Hey,
like,
they were one Beastie Boy short, weren't they?
They were.
Bro, I'm telling you.
It's
them guys
these
were,
two.
That already
let's see
sounds
if-
cool.
No, they got nothing. They got nothing.
got
up. They got
nothing?
nothing up, man.
Oh, you've
already
I already tried looking for the stuff. As soon as I heard them, I asked them for their links, and they don't
They
have
were
anything.
crowd
They got-
interactive.
oh, man.
Man, they were freaking badass.
just-
Just out of nowhere.
Well, then we
Describe
got to
them.
get them something, man. We
The-
got to
oh.
get them over here, dude. What's
They're like young kids. I don't even know how old they are, but they
Yeah.
like. You wouldn't know they were. I don't even know what they are. Like, I don't know if they're rappers or if they're. I don't
Well,
know,
they were
man.
rappers, but
It's just the style they had was like different. They're not fronting. They're not acting like they're somebody else. It was just like, you know, we play games or we like one of their songs. What was it? It was like something about business, right? And they were MCs, man. They were just going to the crowd and interacting, and like one of their lines was just like business as usual, right? Like business as usual. So they went around the crowd and they started shaking everybody's hand while they were saying business as usual. And I was just like, dude, these guys are just fucking like.
At one point during the song, they're like, wait a minute, it's on the ground. Everybody find it. Oh, shit, I'm looking for it. And everybody's like looking on the ground like, oh, shit. And then he starts back into it. Like, whoa, holy shit.
I mean,
Pretty badass. But yeah.
it was. I mean, we go through so many like artists and all the time, you know. So it was like, whoa, like it was just different. It was unique.
Yeah, that's cool.
Definitely left a-
that's what I'm hoping is gonna start kind of happening.
Yeah,
here,
it's, well,
you know.
there's these girls from Fresno, Eclectic Moon. Holy shit, bro. They played flamenco guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then what about the old dude from Peru? Remember?
Oh yeah.
So
I forgot his
so
name, yeah.
we're doing an open mic, right? And the UC comes through. They're showing love, and we're pretty packed. And they're, you know, there's this dude with a Peruvian serape on. You know what I'm talking about? He's got the little hat on and shit, and he's getting drunk because he's going back and forth to
O'Reilly's, yeah.
O'Reilly's, you know, which is cool. You know, that's his. And so I'm thinking like, okay, he's just enjoying himself, and then he tells me I'm up and next. I think I'm like, what? This guy's gonna play? Holy shit, this should be interesting, right? And Candace and the Passengers had headlined, right? So
Yeah,
they get down too, man. Candace and the Passengers are badass.
Yeah, they just played.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
So you know Adam, right? Adam the drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam's tight, bro. I like Adam. So, anyways, Adam gets up on the drum. They grab another kid that played in a different band. He's on bass guitar, right?
Okay.
And this dude gets up and he's got his little Peruvian drum with him and a whistle, a flute.
Yeah, it's a flute, like one of those.
I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So he doom doom doom, and they start playing some salsa mix. Ba, 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 on the drums, to go with it. And this guy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I thought I was in San Francisco, bro, listen to them go crazy doing it. You know what I'm talking about?
Nice.
Hey, and the crowd was up going.
They were dancing, man.
Yeah,
they got
man,
up,
that
started
was
dancing,
tight,
you
bro.
know.
Out of nowhere. All of a sudden, because it was like end of the night, we're ready to go home.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, get the camera out. Oh, shit, capture that. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yo, did you get some?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we got
some.
it. We got it. We
It
had
was
to,
tight,
man.
bro.
We had
Yeah.
to. It was,
So I
it
guess
was
there's
something else.
13 of these guys. They're down here at the UC, and they got themselves their own group. So I'd like to get over that. But, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So we've seen, some
Countless,
shitty guys
man.
come through too, though, right?
Well,
But-
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've seen
all
we've seen shows that get max capacity get packed all the time, and we've seen shows that we're the only ones there,
Right.
But it's
Yeah.
I mean
Well, have you ever heard of the Dunning-Kruger effect?
No.
the what?
No, the
No.
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look it up. It's like an effect. Like some people are affected by it. Once you read it, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I know people."
Okay. Is it kind of like the law of attraction kind of thing, or what?
Hold on, make sure. Okay.
It's like the
I was hitting
secret.
buttons over here. I'm
Yeah, like the
making
secret.
sure I
Yeah.
don't turn anything off. God, it's hard to engineer
Things
and
have
look stuff
happened.
up. Yeah, in the field of psychology, the Dunning-Kruger effect is a cognitive bias in which people of low ability have illusory superiority and mistakenly assess their cognitive ability as greater than it is.
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a lot of that?
There's a lot of that,
Yeah.
right? But it's actually like, yeah, it's a cognitive bias.
What's
Yeah.
it called? The what? The
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Dunning-Kruger.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. And so if you're aware that you're creating something low quality,
I think one of my roommates
It's not
as
bad.
is.
yeah, but it is actually.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody
You know what I mean?
kind of in charge that's kind of like that. That's
Dang.
funny. I'm not going to say no name. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, some people, it's not about quality. It's just about having a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
And
we're
they-
definitely not in it for the money yet. No.
Right.
We're not
Yeah.
in this for the money. I mean, yeah, of course we would need to survive and stuff, but
Mhm.
I mean, come on, man. If we
No,
were
the-
really,
yeah. The venue, man, like the venue is pretty much made for artists. Like we work with anybody. It does. I mean, what kind of budget you have? We'll try to set something up where we can do for you guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, we do want to make some money so the venue can keep running.
Right.
But we're always trying to we're trying to make a what is it, like a platform for artists to come and play. Like we mentioned before, a lot of places don't have that. You can't really think of anything here in Merced, and
that's
know.
what's kind of scary, right? I mean,
Mhm.
because we're working on something underground, kind of, because we can't really just throw it out there at somebody, and freak everybody out.
Right.
And then trying to implant, and we're putting it in our bones right now, and like you said, put it in the foundation so that hopefully they'll say, okay, you guys are cool, you guys have been here for a little bit, and you showed it, you know
Yeah.
how it is, man.
I found the city of Merced to be really supportive of like art and music, and especially when it comes to underage sort of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So have you talked to anybody at the planning
we
department
tried.
or
Yeah,
anything?
I
Yeah.
tried. My friend and I. His name is Joel Aguilar.
Yeah.
He's artist. The one that we have. He has all his paintings at the studio.
Okay.
We when he was barely finishing up with the mural, he hit up Merced. What is it? What's it called? The Merced Times? No, it's not Merced Times. What's the one that we have here? What's it called?
Is it Merced Times or no?
Is that what it's called? The Sunstar, right?
Oh, okay.
He hit up the Sunstar,
Yeah.
and we had an appointment with them. They were going to come out of the studio. They were going to interview him, and take a picture of the mural and everything.
Right.
And they didn't show up.
Really?
Yeah, they were supposed to be there at 10 in the morning. We got to the studio, cleaned up, never showed up. He messaged them again. They said, "Oh, we're sorry about that. We'll reschedule for this day." Never showed up.
Wow.
So it happened twice.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna tell my story then. Because do you guys remember Zombie Walk? Like, I think it was 2010.
Yeah, you-
It's right there.
Oh, dude, tell
Yeah,
your story because I got a
first-
great story about that too.
2011.
Go ahead.
Okay. So me and my ex-wife, we did that zombie walk together, right?
Oh, cool.
And the city helped. They paid for the insurance and waived the fee for the street closure.
Nice.
They were super supportive of the event. Where was I going with this? Help me out, Patrick. What was I talking about?
It's a sort of a rip off on your
A letdown?
original plan. You did the original zombie walk,
Dude,
and then somebody.
I just totally spaced.
All
on
right,
the
I was
point.
talking about how the Sun Star didn't show up.
Oh, the Sun Star. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back on track.
Back on track. God, Jesus.
There we go.
All right. Beep.
Public service announcement.
Yeah. So anyway, the Sun Star caught wind of it, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
But it was at the same time that Tom Price was doing the DLM magazine. Do you remember that?
The what?
Downtown Life magazine.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah,
was
that was
okay.
just
DLM.
recently,
that
yeah.
was Tom Price,
Right.
right? And so I kind of liked that he was doing that,
Mhm.
you know, even though it ended up being more ads than story,
Right.
whatever,
Usually happens.
you know. But so yeah, I hit him up and was like, "Hey, we're doing the zombie walk," and he had an October issue, and I was like, "It'd be cool to kind of do something, and it would be like help us both out, you know." And so he did this story. We did a bunch of pictures and stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And then the Sun Star hit us up, and they took a bunch of pictures, and then did an interview sort of thing,
With
you know.
With-
Yeah, me
okay.
and my ex-wife,
Uh-huh.
and they want no, they did. I forgot how it went anyway, but they wanted to take pictures. I think they were doing a story and they wanted to take pictures, but I was
Mhm.
like, no, we can't do it in their time frame because
Right.
of Tom Price. And I was like, I kind of like his magazine's gonna come out after
Okay.
your article, and I
Mhm.
was like, I don't want that to happen.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And so like the editor at the time, which is not the editor now,
Mhm.
I think it was Mike Tharp. I don't know. I think it was Mike Tharp. But he told me that he would never print my name, Mark Blackheart, in the Merced Sun Star.
Damn,
I
why?
was
What'd
like-
you do?
I was like, dude, do you know how much more badass that is than actually getting my name? I was like, I would rather have that story than you ever have. You know, fuck you.
Damn.
I
Wait,
don't
why?
care.
Why?
Because he wanted to print the story.
Oh.
And I wasn't
and after that,
cooperating,
okay.
you know, with him. Because I was
Gotcha.
like, no,
Trying to
we
be loyal
can't
to
do
the other
that
guy,
until,
yeah.
you know.
Mm.
Well, my schedule wouldn't allow me to do it
Do it
till
anyway.
Monday anyway. He's like, oh, well, I want to put it out on Monday. And I was like, well, you can't put it out on Monday because Tom's magazine comes out on Tuesday.
Mm.
So you can put it out on Wednesday. And he was just like, oh, you know, and I was like,
Dang.
but started trying to threaten me and stuff. And I was just like, dude, I don't care. I just don't care, you know, if you never print my name in your stupid
I mean,
paper.
how far from the Merced Sun Stars and that? Yeah, the city's been cool.
Yeah.
You know, they've been
Oh,
supportive.
yeah. No, yeah.
You know, the city's been cool.
Yeah. Oh, we had our
The city
friendly,
is totally different.
we had our
you know,
friendly walkthrough from our fellas in blue, you know, but it wasn't a problem because we're not doing nothing wrong. So they came inside and we
Right.
told the band keep playing, and I think they actually stood there and was enjoying it and like, okay, oh, you
Right.
guys are cool, yeah.
Mhm.
See you later.
Yeah, they just don't. They want to make sure no one's doing coke
No,
and
but
off the ass of hookers.
Yeah.
That's around back, man.
Without them, without them,
Yeah,
Without
just
the permits, anyways,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. Can you get permits for that? I want one of those.
No, not the overweight hooker, but the other one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Well, right on. So what's coming up then? What you got? What kind of?
what we got next week?
Well, we're actually taking a weekend off, believe it or not.
Yeah, we
Alright.
had to.
Yeah,
Had to,
man. Geez, just going too much.
Oh, because you guys have been going every weekend or what?
Yeah.
Like shows.
Every
and-
weekend, and then just during the week, we got our own stuff going on.
Yeah, and well, you know, we make a living off of photography and videography. So weddings and quinceañeras, and
Events,
we're sharpening up skills right now, getting together a DJ core. You know, because we've been to a couple of places where the DJs were just horrible, bro.
Right.
Yeah, the last place I went to, literally the guy played the music stopped, he played the next track, stopped. Played the next track.
Yeah, no mixing,
I
no
was
blending.
like, holy shit.
Dude, I'm gonna have to. I have to DJ for fucking C Monkey Do. No, I think Brett's gonna help me. He's a better DJ than me, for sure.
Well, I was gonna
What?
suggest a couple people that might be available too.
Like actual DJs.
Yeah, I was gonna mention the guy he mentioned earlier.
Take a Nesto.
Yeah.
He'll do it for you.
Take an goes down.
Yeah, he gets down.
Does
He's-
He's
yeah,
got
he
his
gets
own
down.
equipment and everything, so
He's in his
it
own.
makes it easy.
Can you hook that up or what?
I can talk to him. Yeah.
Oh, he'd
mean,
be
he
more than
knows.
happy to do
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be more
He
than
knows
happy.
me. I mean, I've known.
We'll let him know. We'll let him know.
Yeah.
He
would
did.
be down.
He did some squibs for this movie that never got filmed.
Hey,
Poor
that's
guy.
how that's
He
how
did a
things
lot
work
of
out,
work.
man.
No, but that's, I mean, sometimes, man, some of the falters that we've had, holy shit. But
Dude,
you
don't
learn
even get
from
me
them.
started, man. There's like so many, like along with the good, we get so many people who are, fuck, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe them, bro. Like we just get people all the time who come in and they promise you these false dreams, you know, like,
Right.
oh, you do this, well, guess what? I can do this for you. I can make this happen for you. I can do that, blah blah blah. And in the beginning, you know, you're kind of like you want to hear it, so you're just like, all right, you know what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Wrong.
Bullshit.
No, it's
Right.
not gonna, it's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
right.
It's not gonna fucking happen. What happens? I waste my time.
Yeah,
You know,
Right.
I'm not getting that time back, and it's like,
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
That-
you-
that's part of the reason why I do this podcast and without knowing what I'm doing, because I don't want to be full of shit, but I want to do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, is anyone else doing a podcast in this area?
THC.
I mean,
Who?
yeah.
Kinda.
So, along with Lens 360, we have like a sub, not a company, but it's a sub thing that we
Yeah,
do.
it's a subsidiary. It's not a subsidiary, but yeah, I guess
Okay.
it's just
Whatever
like
it is.
it's our
A
Laverne
branch
and
of-
Shirley
It's
of Happy Days.
It's called Third Hour Collective. So THC is the acronym. It's not really a podcast, but it's more like a video interview. You know what I mean? Like it's so pretty
Okay.
much everybody who performed at the studio, we hit them up, we bring them back, and we do an interview about them, and we just talk about them. It's nothing
Right.
about us. You know, like originally we were gonna do a podcast. Oh, Steadfast Studios, they had one. You know Steadfast? They're right here in Merced.
Yeah, you know Steadfast. They used to be above the old
Oh.
Doc Chucks movie.
Yeah, they were-
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to those guys?
They're
They're still
moving to a
here.
new place. We're
Yeah.
actually going to do a show with them on the 15th.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
2 weeks from now. Was it? No, 3 weeks.
Is that with Johnny Boy and all them, right?
Yeah, you know Johnny
Yeah.
Boy. What is it? Nugent or Nugent?
Nugent,
Nugent.
I think it is. Yeah.
I don't
Nugent.
think so.
You heard of California?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, they were with
Right.
them for a
Yeah.
minute. Anyway, we were gonna do a podcast, but we just felt that it was a lot of people were getting into it, and we just
Right.
did video interviews, and we keep them at least to 10-15 minutes.
Right.
So we just want to give artists like, you know, a little video for them to share and just talk
Their
about
voice,
themselves. Mhm.
Well, I felt okay about doing the podcast because the concept for this podcast
Mhm.
was actually 2010.
Oh,
And
shit.
the first 6 episodes we did on Ustream,
Okay.
like way back in the day.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
did, you know.
Mhm.
And so, but that crew kind of fell apart, you know, and so.
Right.
I don't know about the
I
guys
just-
you got around here now, man. No.
Yeah, right. I know. Like 2 of our
Like,
crew
you beat the
members
hell
are
out of this guy. What did you do wrong? You broke his arm and shit.
Patrick
I'm
had
fucking-
like 4 strokes and a heart attack or 2.
I'm messing with you, Pat.
Did he really?
Man.
Yeah.
Damn.
I missed
Yeah.
the deadline.
And then Chris is a
Wrong
disabled
numbers, huh?
veteran, the guy that usually does the engineering for us.
Oh, okay.
You know,
That's
so
funny.
we're
Yeah, so just a bunch
equal
of survivors, huh?
opportunity not employers because nobody gets paid.
It's a bunch of survivors.
Shit, I'm telling
Right.
you, man.
Yeah, that's
Oh
good.
yeah. Well, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, it's I don't. Yeah.
No, this is
everybody's
cool.
doing podcasts, but I'm like, well, you know, I had the idea way before anybody.
Yeah, you're
else,
grandfather.
so I'm
Grandfather
good.
did.
Oh yeah,
I'm
man.
good.
And it doesn't
Good.
matter if there was 1,000 of them. You're gonna do yours anyways because
Yeah,
everybody
here's-
has their own flavor.
Here's the thing with podcasts, man. It's just like a competition. Like nothing against you guys because you guys been doing it for a long time, you know.
Right.
Like you guys are on a different level, whereas the new ones are, you know, they're just starting up. Podcasts are just like a competition on who's gonna keep doing it. You know, it's just
Right.
like it's just gonna keep
Right.
going until you wanna. You
Well,
know,
we
throw
got
in the
some
towel.
pretty good. Like Dante is usually my co-host, but he's like in 3 bands right now, and they're all
Mhm.
sort of popular. And he's like either on tour or playing some show, and then
Right.
he lives in San Francisco,
Gotcha.
so it's super hard to get him down here. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna try to come down for the Sea Monkey Do show.
Oh, cool.
I
mean, you
or
guys,
one
yeah.
of the next couple ones that we're gonna
Right.
do. But
Yeah.
but yeah, one of his bands the guitar player runs Sherpa Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So he sent some bands from Reno,
Nice.
Coachella.
Oh, cool.
Avi Buffalo came down. I mean,
Okay.
some of the earlier episodes are, you know.
You know, I mean, you guys are established now.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have a name here in Merced. You know,
cool.
if I-
This is
Absolutely.
episode 31. So
31. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so,
Hey,
like I
we're
said,
31.
you guys are in a different realm, so
Yeah,
keep doing what you guys are doing.
yeah, we're trying. You know, so far it seems like everyone's having. I mean, I'm having a good time.
Oh, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch the evolution of this.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
super
That's what's
excited
cool,
about
yeah.
Sea
Yeah,
Monkey
well.
Do. Super
Oh, me
excited
too.
about
I'm
that
telling
shit,
you.
dude.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, because he's about to disappear and become
Something.
Someone's gonna see that kid.
Yeah,
and
you know it's cool. Now we're
Yeah,
going to
it's
be able
a
to
done
say,
deal.
bro.
Hey, you know-
And he started at Lens 360. Not that he started at Lens 360, but he was at Lens 360. You
And he
know,
played
so,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
know, and he's
you
got
know,
love for us. So you know, I mean that's the shit. You know, like when I coach football, the kids grow up and they're like, "Hey, coach," and they're like 30 years old. "Hey, coach."
Right.
Oh shit, I'm still coach. You know.
Well, we really,
But, yeah.
you know, I like that we went to that Destructo Money show and hooked up with those guys. 'Cause
Yeah.
I really want to,
Yeah.
even though it's still, well, I mean, Marcel, we're trying to, like, not only get diverse music, but diverse people.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
And so-
Marcel's, he's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I'm,
Marcel,
Marcel,
amazing.
yeah,
I'm,
shout
I'm
out to
trying to get
Marcel.
Marcel, and I've already got Candace in the passengers. But I'm trying to get Marcel for that show too.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
I'll-
that we talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got you for that,
Yeah.
bro.
What,
Marcel
for the Sea
runs our-
Monkey Do show?
I
Not an airplane.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Hit up 7 Year Sleep.
Yeah,
dude.
'cause-
Definitely.
Yeah, he runs our open mic, so he'll be there. Yeah.
Well, it
he's
would be a
tight,
good
you know.
person for them to connect with, you know, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really like Marcel.
Dude, he did this thing with this looper. The
Oh,
other,
yeah, with that looper
Yeah,
thing.
that was
Yeah.
tight.
Who did that?
Marcel.
Marcel.
He looped a tune and looped another tune.
Oh, he was
Then-
working with the looper,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, and then he picked the looper up. He picked the guitar up and screamed into the guitar. Ah! And that
Yeah.
looped and
Well,
holy
he came.
shit, bro.
Marcel
Yeah.
came for the Neil Butner show. Do you know who Neil Butner is?
No.
Oh, dude. Neil is a master looper.
Oh,
and
okay.
Marcel was watching that, and he was just
Okay. Yeah, because that
What's
was
the
new.
name?
That was
What's
new.
the name?
like, Neil Butner. Here, let me
Neil
look it up for
He
you.
was,
Alright.
he was a
It's-
few episodes back.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw that at him like, hey man, you kind of play like Neil, you know? Huh?
Yeah, hey, you know Neil Butner?
Yeah, that's tight.
Neil-
That makes sense now. But you know, hey, we're all a little plagiarists in this, aren't we? See
Right.
something we like, I want to do
Hey,
that.
we all
you
have
know?
influences.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's a
absolutely.
master looper right here.
Here, let me try to get to a point to where he's like building his riff. He started
Yeah.
out with an Elvis song because I told him that was one of my favorite songs. There we go.
Neil Butner.
And this
Yeah.
guy was here?
Neil. Yeah.
He's from
Oh,
Merced?
that's it
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all looping everything right now.
Yeah, he's laying down the bass line, getting his loop on. And Marcel was watching this, and he was just like, dude,
Damn.
I need to up my game. You know what I mean? So that's cool to hear that he's adding that. Yeah.
He just got it. He
Yeah,
just
yeah.
got it.
So
Yeah,
that
never
makes sense.
clicking away, working it, right?
Yeah.
That makes
yeah.
sense, man.
Check it out.
Right on.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just Neil by himself. I mean,
I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Like, when Marcel did it at the studio, I was just like, what the fuck? I don't know you can do that. I mean, when we DJ, we can do the looping and everything, but I don't know you can do that with acoustic guitar.
right?
This guy's from here in Merced?
No,
He's from Modesto.
Yeah, he's from Modesto. One of
cool.
our Modesto pickups. Super nice. Fucking way cool. Yeah, he played a show and then Cade played this show and our gear was just crapping all over the place, dude. He played a
Damn.
set and we were trying to use Wirecast. This is OBS. We were trying to use Wirecast, but it crashed, so he had to restart and then he played his set and it didn't save correctly.
Oh,
So then he
damn.
played another set with a whole nother like each time he started, it was just
Something
all
new?
different songs. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows a million songs,
Wow.
dude.
Damn.
Turn this down. But yeah, but he was really like pretty much a master looper.
Damn. That's good to
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Fucking
Yeah.
Marcel.
Yeah, and he plays so much, like I hit like over 300 times a year or something like that.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what
Like he
was
makes a
saying.
living doing
300.
this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
that's good.
right.
Yeah, he quit his
Job.
job and is a full-time musician.
Wow.
Hey,
So-
there you go.
Living
Yeah.
the dream.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. So there's no Neil Butner podcast. Yeah,
Just the
so-
performance.
Yeah, 'cause we could be a little
Oh, that
alternative
sucks.
at times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not like, I don't know. I say dumb shit. Not Roseanne Barr dumb
Yeah, I saw
by
that
any
shit.
means. Like,
No, I mean,
but I'll provoke a little bit. Candace and the
Right.
passengers, they were actually a little nervous about me posting the podcast because
Why?
we got into some heated topics, and I was just like, well, what's wrong with white pride?
Man, I mean,
You have a
can-
problem with white pride? And my point that they never really, because we kept going off on tangents, but my point was, it's not really that white pride bullshit or whatever pride. It's the violence that you don't like. That was my point. You know what I mean? And so,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't care.
You know what's
People
good
are
about white.
happy
You know,
if they're proud of their football team or they're proud of
Mhm.
their race. I
Yeah.
don't care. As long as you're cool and don't mess with me, you know, I just don't care.
no,
But
no.
I'm a white male in America, so I'm like the worst person to be commenting on this stuff, you know?
Hey, but you know what's good about white pride though, for reals,
Uh,
is if they, especially if they show it, is that we know who they are.
right, yeah. But see, those kind of people that most people, it makes it hard to be proud. You know what I mean? Why?
It's
I
still
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what's
It's
funny
hard
is
to be
that-
proud of the white race, so I don't get it.
But,
Yeah, it's associated
but
with like you know.
if you take them
neo-Nazis
people, though,
and
and
all
you-
that.
Kind
and-
of crazy shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
If you take all them people that are just being just mean, let's say, and you separate them out and get them away from each other, they're definitely not that same person. But it's that group
Yeah.
mentality that let's charge and and holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
yeah, I guess I
You
was
know?
just messing with them. You know what I mean? Like
Trying to
it
evoke
doesn't.
stuff.
Me personally, it's hard to be proud of the white people because of the stigma that's like
Right.
that surrounds
Nah.
this particular group.
Well, I
you
mean,
know what I mean?
I mean, and the thing
It's-
too is that we're in the Central Valley. I mean, the valley is very
It's diverse.
it's diverse, and also like around certain towns, like it's really easy to implement a certain type of thinking.
I personally, this might
Absolutely.
sound ridiculous,
Mhm.
but I feel like I'm Mexican because of that. I feel like I live in Mexico. Like not
Okay.
not negatively or anything. It's
Right.
California historically was
It is
Part of-
Mexican.
part
you
of-
know
yeah.
Native American and
Absolutely.
Mexican.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm-
I'm not
yeah.
trying to be like
No,
fucked up about it. It's
No,
just
but
like the
let-
culture is
let's-
so
Southern, yeah,
Let's be honest
integrated
with it.
with
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Mexican culture. I
Yeah.
feel like
yeah.
No, it is.
like so. If anybody were to say anything negative about Mexicans in the valley, it seems completely stupid to me.
Yeah, it is.
Like
I don't
it's
know,
like
man.
outrageous.
It's like
You know what I mean? We are Mexicans.
like
What are
you must not
talking
know
about?
history at all, right?
Like,
Mhm.
I
I mean-
love California. I like identify, and that includes the Sikh temples, the Laotians, and the Hmongs.
Sikh.
The,
Yeah.
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 all of them, because
Absolutely.
it's all
Yeah, man.
part of our culture. And
Absolutely.
we have.
Yeah.
I think, relatively speaking, we have a pretty calm culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have the Palestine-Israel kind
No,
of thing
it's
going
like-
on. You know what I mean?
It's like the highlights of it, right?
yeah, but I mean, we have such a diverse, so many different groups of people. But for the most
No, you're
part,
right. Because in Livingston, it's like a lot of Mexican, Sikh,
right.
Punjabi, and you go to Merced, it's like Hmong. It's
Right.
like it's different. You're right. Like right here,
And,
Yeah,
and then
in Central
typically
Valley.
when like the gangs are fighting each other, they're fighting each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We don't have the.
hate crimes or stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not one to comment on that because I'm. You know what I mean? But I've experienced reverse racism.
man.
you
Yeah,
know what I
and
mean?
it's definitely reverse
As
racism.
ridiculous as
I'd
some
like to see
people-
you walk down Martin Luther King at a certain hour at night.
But I mean, yeah.
No, but I mean it's out
Merced,
there.
I feel pretty safe. Anywhere
It's-
Merced.
Well, it's
You know, I
anyway,
mean,
it's-
there's, yeah, walking down a dark alley just seems like a bad idea,
it's
no
a
matter
bad-
where you
yeah,
are.
Yeah, that's
It's an
true.
alley. What kind
Yeah.
of places have alleys?
Yeah.
The nice neighborhood doesn't have an alley. Stay out of a dark alley,
That's
dude.
funny. Hey, but what does that say about Rumble Road that doesn't have a sidewalk? They're basically telling you we don't want you walking down our neighborhood.
Dude, have you
Right?
ever been to Easy Street in Merced? That's like
Oh,
the
no.
hardest street to live on.
Yeah.
Easy
And it's supposed to be
Street.
easy. Yeah.
Dude, it's out towards
Going towards Planada. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's not like some guy that used to work with me lived out there, and I was just like, whoa, this is
They
it's
actually-
just a little
Hey,
part of
yeah.
Merced.
Shouldn't say, but if they added an SL in front of it, would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Tiny?
So
But I don't, talk about race again. I love everyone. That's like the point
That's-
of everything.
Bro, you know when I grew
know?
up, I watched Bill Cosby growing up, and it tripped me out because he taught me something. He was like, I'm a bigot. And there was a thing above him that said bigot. He says, I'm a bigot because I don't just not like one person, but I don't like this type of person and that type of person and this person and that person and this person and that person, that one, this, that.
Yeah.
He hated everybody. He was a bigot. I was like, oh,
You know what I learned from Bill Cosby is that my name wasn't Jesus Christ.
Was it motherfucker?
Yeah, no, it wasn't motherfucker either. I was like, what? I thought my name was Jesus Christ, motherfucker, for the longest time.
That's funny.
Damn.
You remember that bit that he did?
Yeah. But it's kind of true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my brother, he was asshole. Hey, asshole, get over here. Holy shit, man. You know?
Actually, my dad is senior, so
Right.
they gave me a Y at the end of my name, which is so stupid. So, yeah, it was Marky until I was like
Marky?
10, yeah.
Bro, what's stupid? I'm a Chicano named Russell.
That's a good American name.
That's fucking
Yeah, bro,
stupid,
Russell.
I'm sorry, and I say
Hey.
that because you told me that story.
That's a good American name.
You told me the
Yeah.
story. I'm
Oh,
not
man.
being racist.
No.
I'm
Hey,
not edging the line.
But I'm the epitome of what you talked about earlier because my family never left. I'm a fifth generation American that never left. We've always been right here, you know. So I think we're here first, you know. And my grandmother, my grandma came from Oklahoma. She's Okie, so you know. And then people look at me and be like, "You're a damn Mexican." Holy shit,
Wow.
you know.
Yeah, Michael, I probably should know. Yeah, Michael's not Mexican, although he looks Hispanic.
You look a little
Adorably
Hispanic, to us,
Hispanic.
But it doesn't even matter though. Now in this nowadays,
No.
isn't America supposed to be in a melting
That's
pot?
the
You know,
like,
it's kind of confusing, you know.
that's actually
Um,
been on my mind a lot lately, and I said it on the podcast before, and so
Well,
I
let it
guess
be
I
known.
might as well just say it again.
Let it
I
be
don't
known.
like the terms that separate us as different groups. I don't like the Irish American or the African American.
No, you're either
or
an
Asian.
American or you're an American.
And I think really the only real American that needs its own distinction would be Native American because they're a sovereign nation within our own country.
Right.
And so that makes sense to me. Everyone else we're just Americans. You know what I mean? And until we stop dividing ourselves into these groups like that.
it's
you
it's
know.
like politics. There's the Democrats and the Republicans. Why? Why isn't there something else?
It's to trick you into believing
Bro.
that you have a choice, Russ.
But do we have a choice? This electoral college? So you mean to tell me 2 million
Dude, their
votes didn't
choice
mean
that they
shit?
gave us was Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. I voted for Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme.
That was my protest to the establishment because you want to give me ridiculous choices. I'm just going to make the most ridiculous choice.
Yeah,
you know
it
who
was
Vermin
just-
Supreme is?
No.
All right.
Where in the hell is Ralph Nader when you need him?
Right? Darth Vader? That's
No, I thought that was a joke, man. To be honest with you, ever since like the whole election happened, I was like, no, there's no way Trump is gonna make that far. There's no
Yeah.
way he's gonna get elected.
Yeah,
Like,
this-
no,
thi-
it's not gonna happen.
this
you
guy
know?
wears a boot on his head.
Oh, that guy hasn't he been running for like a few years?
Oh yeah, he's run since the 80s. This guy's- Yeah, this guy's great.
But does he actually make sense?
No, not at all.
Ah.
That's why I voted for him. Because the election, giving me the choice of Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton was outrageous. You made me feel like you think I'm a fucking idiot, dude. That's what the government was saying to me.
Well,
Like, you're an idiot. Here,
Every-
vote for one of these. This is the best we have in America. which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every
You know,
day
the
that
worst.
lady comes out and explains what's happening in the White House, isn't she basically telling you you're an idiot? I'm lying to you straight in your face, and you better fucking listen to what I'm telling you. Blatantly, just blah.
Oh yeah, it's
It's incredible. And then
It's like
there
re-
people are
it's-
there like, did she just really say that?
Yeah.
You know, we're supposed to believe that horse shit that you just said. Like,
yeah.
wow.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. They really do. think
You know,
that we're-
and it's everybody's like that. There's
Mm-hmm.
word that they're trying to say that pretty soon you're not going to be able to sell the Bible in California because it's the bias is mean towards
What?
the LBJ, the other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But that's outrageous.
That
They
is
have a
out-
religious freedom.
and just like they have their freedom to be the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't judge anybody. Who am I to judge? You know, I mean, it is what
Freedom
it is,
of
right?
speech
Yeah.
means that you can say "fuck you." I don't like what you're saying,
Thank you.
but you have every right to say it. But fuck you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
As long as you're not hateful. I mean, come on. Let's
but you would think though that
hate speech. You know, like directly hateful. You know, I don't know. If some dude wants to go on Facebook and be like, "I'm white, I'm proud," I'm like, okay, just stay in your house with your little flag or whatever.
well, yeah, do what you're gonna do
But
amongst
don't-
yourself and
Don't be coming out in public
No,
and saying
I
that shit.
had the same issue with the Mexican guy that's proud of his son. Okay, cool, he's proud of his son and everything,
Right.
you know, and the guy's a homeboy and everything. But why do you teach that little boy to be a homeboy at such an age? The little kid's out there with his wife beater on and shit. Come on, give him a break. If he
Michael's
wants to be
wearing a
like,
wife beater.
and I'm a homeboy, you know, I grew up
Yeah.
in Fresno and rough. And I realize, and yeah, am I a hypocrite? Damn right I'm Mr. Hypocrite. Because I want more for our guys coming up. I want
Right.
Eric to fucking be fantastic, you know,
Right.
and somebody has to start, right? So, man, enough's the fucking enough. Give these little kids a chance to be who they want, you know? I get people telling me, oh, you can't do that with them because they don't know. What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking horse shit.
Right.
Let this guy do what until he can't do it, let him do it, right? And then
Yeah.
fix him and he'll do it. But, man,
Right.
yeah, so here's a little kid out there. He's got his wife beater on. Oh, shit. And then everybody wants to be a gangster. Everybody wants to be a gangster because it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Fuck. Where's the parents at?
Right.
You know?
Well, there's a reason, you know, why a lot of people join the gangs is because they don't really have a close
There's nobody
Yeah, they
showing
want-
them love,
and
right?
they
wanna be a
need
part of
that
something.
family
Yeah,
or that
man.
Yeah, they wanna be a part of
protection
something.
or
Yeah.
Oh,
that sense
man.
of belonging. I
It-
mean, I totally get gangs and, you
Well,
know,
and the scary thing about it is
organizing
is
and
it-
making money off of
Bullshit.
prostitution and
Yeah.
drugs. I mean,
well, and there's somebody taking advantage of it because the scary thing about it is if you don't expand your mind and get out and get different situations or
Yeah.
enable yourself to really get out there, you close yourself in, and all you are is this fucking cap that doesn't do nothing but spin and go, and you don't know nothing. So even mature-wise, you stay. Here's 40-year-old guys and 50-year-old. I know you guys know them that still act like they're 12 and 13 years old.
oh yeah,
Oh,
Because they never
Yeah.
fucking got
I'm getting
out.
close. I'm
They
getting
never
close. I'm getting close, man. It's gonna
but,
be me.
but you have to. There's a saying in Planada. You got to get the boy out of Planada, or else the boy is just in Planada. You know,
Right.
he can still
Yeah.
have because I remember swimming in canals and riding pigs and doing all that shit. It was fun.
Right. Oh, hell
but
yeah,
I got
dude.
out.
Surfing
right?
the canals and
Hell
stuff.
yeah, man.
And now we got kids that are like having to go to court at 30 years old to get, you know, and they have to go to court for their parents to get them out.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
Oh, did you see that? He got
Oh, hell
evicted,
yeah.
huh? You know
Yeah,
the funny
oh,
thing
hell
about that?
yeah.
He went back home. You know
Well,
that, right?
Hey, he's gonna
You
get
see that?
arrested or whatever.
Damn.
You
The
know.
parents evicted a
No.
fucking 38-year-old because he wouldn't move out
No,
of the
30.
house.
He was just 30.
30? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
30.
still, that's enough. You
Damn.
know?
Yeah. His simple replies, well, this is ridiculous. I'm going home. And he
Yeah. But there was people like someone gave him $3,000
For what?
to help him
To help him move out?
Move out?
to help
Ah,
him
come
move
on.
out and to get an apartment. It was someone pretty famous too.
Huh.
Yeah, I
don't
can't
know, man.
remember, but yeah, people were like, "Yeah, we'll help you. Here, you want a job?" People were offering him jobs and stuff, and he's just, "Oh, I would." Yeah, my
I don't
son
know.
tried to pull that shit. I'd be like, "Nope, you ain't coming back here."
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, fuck.
I tell them all the time, man, it's gonna suck to see you guys living on the streets. It's gonna be hard, dude. It's gonna be so hard.
Hey, no, that's something that was very possible, dude. Like when we first started this, because I
Yeah.
quit my job. You know, Russ was talking about how we started Lens 360. I mean, we were at the dealership, I was making cool money. I was making more than enough money. Like
Yeah.
I had a good job, and I could have made a living off of it. But to me, it was just a waste of time. I feel like in life, it's either you're making a lot of money and you have no time, or you have all the time and you're making no money. You know what I mean? And I just want to be in the middle where I'm making cool amount and I love what I do, you know?
Yeah, enjoying life, man.
So
I
it
mean,
just,
otherwise, what's the point? Right?
yeah. Because, man, like at that
Right.
dealership, bro, I learned so much in there. I was going to school, and I got there, and I just learned, like, fucking real world shit right away. You go in there, and it's just people who don't care about you, people who only care about themselves because it's all commission based, you know?
Right. Of
You know,
course.
and it's like a brand new
Yeah.
guy gets in there. No one's gonna help you. No one's gonna teach you how to sell a car. No one's gonna teach you the paperwork. No one's gonna teach you anything on there. It's all you. You ask them for help, then you give them a cut. Like you give them like half of your commission.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's crazy,
And
bro.
they're vicious, bro.
Bro,
That's
and
some
I feel
bullshit.
like everybody should work at a commission job at least once because you learn so much from that.
Right.
You know. So anyway, that happened, and
yeah.
luckily that's when I met Russ. Russ was like, "Hey, let me show you how to do the paperwork because I'm tired of seeing these
Right.
guys take away like
Yeah,
50%
he's
of
getting
your."
fucking robbed.
Well, I mean,
You know?
the way that I make money is like I have to work to get it. I don't
Yeah.
want. There's nobody else.
Exactly.
I own my own business.
He would
you know?
sell the car and get the
So-
customer all there and everything. And it was just a simple process of where to sign and do this and that and how to present it. And these freaking guys were taking half his money.
Wow.
So
Yeah, bro.
when I was like seeing what's going on, I'm like, oh bullshit! Sit down, let's go, and
Right.
showed them how to do it. And everybody's like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Right.
everybody was getting mad, and then this is when like I don't know. I felt like I took like I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep selling cars, man. I want to have like a cool amount. So I made my
Right.
own job. I was just like, hey, you guys are lacking this and that, so why don't you let me do it?
Right.
And then I did it, and then I had a salary, and then I ended up like having not to worry about being commissioned, and then it got to a point where I felt like I wasn't being appreciated, and the people there were like,
Expected, bro.
Mhm.
So the company that we worked for didn't have they only had 2 lots in town. Okay, I shouldn't say only because that's pretty good.
Right. Yeah. That's.
And we were doing. Eric was setting up off-site sales and shit.
Okay.
And I would go to because you got to go to City Hall and get permission. I would have to speak in front of officials, bro. Like, fuck, okay,
Yeah. Yeah, we learned some,
got
yeah.
my game on, talking park, la la la, and it
Dude,
works,
I'm,
right?
I'm pretty
So,
good at that.
so yeah, I can get it on. So,
Yeah.
so we made it happen. We made a couple deals. So they're trying to get the old Pesterici building in Los Banos, and the owner had a meeting with the family, and he shitted on him. He didn't show up.
yeah,
And
he
she
just
was
burned the
pissed,
bridge.
right?
Yeah.
So we go and knock and try to do it, and she's like, rah, 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 you guys didn't show up. And I said, look, you're not going to be dealing with him. Let me talk to him. Just give me an opportunity, please. I wish we'd had a camera for that day, bro. 'Cause,
Yeah, we
man,
sold him, man. We sold him, bro.
Yeah,
I told
send him there.
I told the boss, I was like, hey, so why don't we get this lot? And he was just like, oh, we can't. And I was like, why not? He's like, well, we kind of burned the bridge on that. And I was like, well, let me try then, And that's when me and Russ went over there, and it didn't happen overnight. Like it took
No.
us weeks
Yeah.
going back and forth, selling them. And finally, bro, Russ did that fucking speech, and I was just like, oh shit.
Bro, I killed him. Bro, I hit him
He
with
fucking sold me. I was
hit
like,
him
oh,
with the
fuck.
Stars and Stripes. So here's a bunch of old people. There's like 5 of them, right?
Mhm, yeah.
So there's probably 400 years in age in there because they were old, bro. They were old. And they're Pestericis, right?
Okay.
And so I just hit them with the Stars and Stripes, like, man, why not bring the old Pesterici name back into this building? We're not
Right.
going to change the name. We'll leave the name up there and let everybody know that you guys are still around. Huh? Yeah. And just la la la, next thing you know, shaking hands with them, man.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got it.
Sold it. Hey, and a week later, I got fired.
Oh man.
That's what happens, bro. And when I saw that happen, I was like, fuck this, bro. Like, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about us. Either
Bro.
So
you
what
make,
do you guys need the most? I mean, at the studio, like people to come in to get pictures taken, or like,
Mm.
or what do you guys?
I mean, right
you guys
now it's
doing
like,
good?
it's pretty steady. And when
Yeah.
it comes to videography, it's pretty steady. Pictures, I mean, we also get it too. It's
But
just,
you guys are like more video based stuff.
so,
Yeah, the wedding and events is we have a complete package. We can, if you're gonna get married or whatever,
right.
we could literally do it all. We could do the pre-shots ahead of time. So set up the slideshow that you're gonna watch during your first dance or whatever, right? We've got music now. We can do a live performer. Somebody serenade you while you're actually doing it.
Right.
Videography for the whole process and everything, and photos afterwards. I mean, we've got the whole package for it.
Right.
So instead of paying a photographer, a videographer, and a DJ, shit, that's a lot of money.
Right.
You come to us and we downsize everything. The best thing about us is we own our product. we're not making payments on stuff that we use.
Right.
You know, so I'm not charging you X amount of money because I need to pay for my stuff. You know,
Right.
so yeah, I mean,
so you guys take your system around, or what?
yeah, we're definitely, the system can definitely move, and
Yeah.
we've got enough of the PA now that we can spread it out and go to 2 different places at one time if we had
Oh,
to.
nice.
Yeah, so we're ready to go.
Cool.
So yeah. So it's like everything else, man. The snowball effect. Remember,
Yeah.
bro? It's a snowball. We started out small, and it's getting bigger, and we're getting bigger, and you know. So
Right.
sooner or later, we're gonna have the problem where we need to hire people, and that's what we talked about, right? We're gonna
Yeah.
have this problem coming where we need to hire people, and hiring people is a monster in itself because now you got to trust somebody. And, you
Yeah,
know,
that's the thing, man.
Dude.
I can't. I mean, my trust is like, I got none. I don't trust anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got friends and everything. I got some trust, but it's very, very. It's like a very thin line, bro. If you cross that, I'm just like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we almost
Right.
didn't happen. There was supposed to be a third party that was with us, and
Yeah,
this
there you
snake
go.
in the grass decided just to do his own freaking thing and jump out there.
Yeah.
But not knowing dumbass, you know, everybody knows us two already.
Right.
You know, like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. So originally it was gonna be 3 of us when we started Lens 360. So it was gonna be me, Russ, and some other guy. And I gave him everything. I was like, all right, we're gonna hit up this place, we're gonna hit up that place, blah blah blah. This is what we're gonna do. I gave him a whole plan, right? The plan was that I was gonna quit in like a few weeks. He was gonna quit after, and we were gonna start and go get the clients and shit. Next thing you know, he quit out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck, you know? I didn't hear from him for like a couple of weeks.
Right.
And then this party happened, and my friend was just like, hey, I saw him. And guess what he told me? I was like, what? He's like, he got this client. I was like, what? Wait, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, he started his own company. I was like, what the fuck? His own company? He's like, yeah, he does this, he does that. Like, pretty much everything that me and Russ were going to do. And I was like, that motherfucker. He fucking took, everything.
Hey,
Fucking took
Eric was gonna
everything.
smash him, bro. It was all bad.
Bro, as soon as I heard that shit, I was just like fucking gassed. I was pissed, bro. I hung up on the phone. I made a phone call, and then I was like, I went to my boss. I was like, hey, I quit. Like, I gotta go.
Right.
That's it. I gotta go handle business and shit.
That dude burned
Fuck
himself.
that.
He's such a dumbass. He went to take the dirty money, man. They started doing porn, and next thing you know, he's done.
Started doing porn?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's weird.
That's
started- I
weird,
mean,
weird. I mean, come on.
Last I heard from him was he bought a car. He couldn't afford it anymore. He crashed it on purpose.
Oh, he's in
and
a
then-
psych ward,
and then he ended up in a psych ward.
yeah.
I don't-
So, you know,
Karma?
story had a happy ending.
So I mean, we never heard from
You know
him.
what I
Did
mean?
you say karma with a capital?
Karma
Holy
is a
shit.
pain
I mean,
in the ass.
Yeah, man. You know.
Yeah.
Shit
That's why you
happens.
got to always base your plans on the best intentions. You know.
Oh yeah. It seems
then-
like if you're
yeah, don't
doing
hurt
something
anybody.
genuinely, you get more in return.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what it is, man.
So you guys, are you at the point where you're hiring or what?
No.
Getting to there.
No.
Yeah, we're getting
close?
very close.
Yeah, because it's like all this editing. I mean, it's just when it comes to video, it's on me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm the one doing all the editing and everything. And it's when you got like project after project, I'm just spending like hours, days doing this.
Just editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're getting to that point.
Might
where
need
we're
a
getting to
journeyman editor.
Why do
You
you
know.
think I'm doing what I'm doing
There
right
we
now?
go.
Because
There
I
we go.
do not
There we
like
go.
editing either, dude. So I'm just like, here, I'm just gonna edit on the fly.
Oh, bro, that's the
There's
worst.
no post. Well, all I gotta do is take that video and
Mhm.
take it over there, and then I drop some compressors on the vocal or the
No,
tracks.
trust me, man. Editing is like I love it when it's done, you know. But but when I'm doing it, bro, I'm just like fuck. Like
It's monotonous.
hours of footage, and that's why I ended up getting a good PC. Like I built my own because I
Yeah.
couldn't handle the fucking rendering. I had to like
The lag time.
it was too much, you know. Like I had to get some.
Oh, trust me,
Yeah,
I know.
you get there, man.
Yeah, are you using
get there.
Mac or PC?
No, I use PC.
PC.
I hit up one of my friends. His name is Corey Shaw. He's from LA. He does hella shit, bro. He did
Right.
he did some graphic work for How to Train Your Pet Dragon. He does the show, what is it, Mary Jane with Snoop Dogg. He's done videos for Wiz. He's done videos for like well-known people. He's established over there, and I only know him because I did like a couple of shows, like videos with them. But anyway, I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, man, I want to get like a computer for editing. Should I get a Mac or should I get a PC?" He's like, "I have a Mac, but to be honest with you, I'd rather get a PC.
Really?
Like for what I paid for, I could have built the best fucking computer editing computer for half
Right.
the price." And I was just
Well,
like,
because I got a buddy of mine that's trying to talk me into Mac.
Hey, I
You
mean,
know what
it's
I mean? Trying to get something
each
that's
their own.
older.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's no downloads. That's the one thing that's kind of nice, you know.
what?
I've got an iPad, and compared to the iPad to the tablet, it's just I like it. But for what you're going to use it for, it's like anything else, man. It's just what you're going to use it for, I think, right? Yeah,
I mean,
Nikon to camera,
with the whole
to
editing
Canon.
thing, it's always like your preference, bro. Like
Right.
I met people who like Mac, I met people who don't. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with PC just because for me it's cheaper and I can build it to what I want it to be.
You're used to it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I guess I started off with Apple like a long time ago, like in the '80s. You know, but
Were you
I
around
don't
back
know.
then?
Ever since I got back into computers, it's been PC, and I specifically got a PC to record my band. Yeah, it's been an uphill battle.
I just feel like you're not restricted
Yeah.
with PC. You know, Apple is just more costly
Yeah, I think so.
for me, in my opinion.
Mm.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not really too technically savvy. You know what I mean? I just want a machine that works correctly.
I just want a fast
That's what I
machine, yeah.
does
Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
it
That's
does
what
what
I'm
I want it to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
right on. Let's wrap this up then, man.
cool.
We've already been going for like
I don't know.
hour or so.
Cool beans. So, quick
Yeah.
shout out. Bravo's Auto
Yeah.
Sales. If you need a car, come see me. I got you. I'm the sales manager there, so.
Oh,
Shout
right.
out. Shout
So you're
out. son.
multitasking then?
Bro, you want to know everything I do? Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. Do you want
I'll give you a
everyone
quick 5 minutes.
in the
everything I
whole
do.
world? I mean, we have a ton of views. I think 33
So,
subscribers.
first of all, I'm a fan. You know, so,
Whoa, take it easy.
Yeah,
man.
I know, right?
I got a disabled kid at home that I take care of. God bless her, man. She's an angel, Alexis. You know, you'll see her at the shows every now and then. She rocks out, and everybody's like, Lexi. So take
Nice.
care of her. Obviously, that's a full-time job, obviously. But I thought I was done with the car business till my friend Antonio Bravo opened his own place in Chowchilla. Really cool people. And he asked me to come run it for him. And I was like, oh, man. He's like, Russ, come. I don't care what hours. As long as you're there, you're making sure it happens. I'll supply you with everything, give you a small salary and this and that. I'm like, shit. All right, cool. So I went back. You know, we've been at Lens 360 for a couple years now. This is where my heart's at, and this is where I want to be at full time doing that. This job never ends, does it? It's like middle of
bro,
night, somebody's
always.
calling. It,
360?
yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
360
Yeah,
for
right.
reals. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm the sales end of it, and poor Eric's super busy doing everything. So it's the two of us, you know. With the other facets, the other guys, Fernando, and shout out to our
Shout out
guys.
to Fernando. He's a sound guy. He's
Yeah,
I mean, he's the one that makes sure everything is cool. Even with the videos too, I give it to him. He makes sure like there's no peaks and everything.
yeah.
Not all the videos are like that, but I mean, when
Yeah.
he can, he does it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so shout out to our boys, you know.
Mhm.
But I coach high school football, man. I'm the junior varsity head coach for Golden Valley. I was at Buhack for the past 6 years.
Oh,
This is my first
dude.
year with Golden
North
Valley.
Campus, man.
So-
North Campus.
North Campus. But and then I'm a district deputy for the Knights of Columbus, you know,
Okay.
so I'm pretty busy with that. And
Where's Knights of Columbus?
it's a fraternal. Here's my brother right here too. He's a brother
It's,
Knight.
uh,
It's a fraternal
Yeah, you go.
brothership that it's there basically to take care of families. So let's say, God forbid, something happened to Eric and he passed. We
Right.
would step in as brothers and make sure that his legacy continued on.
Right.
So it's super cool. It's like Freemasons, but you can't be a Mason and be Catholic. So
yeah.
so Catholics got their own things.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that. So
No, that's weird.
yeah, it kind of is weird. But the basic thing about it is
that's another
is
conversation.
the brotherhood
I
is
know,
nation-
That's a
right?
whole other conversation.
Yeah, the brotherhood is worldwide, and the
Okay.
insurance policy is the strongest in the world because of it.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you know, it's
It's really
Do you
good
have
life
to be
insurance.
Catholic?
you have to be Catholic gentleman to join it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
but so any other than that, and then I'm Russ. So
Right.
Cool.
so that's us.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, yeah, that's a lot, dude. That's more than I do. I just build things and then do
Oh,
this
oh
show.
man, you
There you
know.
go.
Oh, I think I
um,
play in a reggae band now too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I know.
What's it
Oh,
called?
real quick shout out. We got a b-boy class happening on Saturdays from 12 to 3 downtown.
Really?
And you'd be surprised the young guys that come out with their talent dancing, man. It's pretty awesome, you know.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to break dance. In
Did
the
you?
80s
Oh, okay.
When I was
Bruh.
right now, like my shoulder hurts and my hip hurts just thinking about it.
Because you remember,
I'm
right?
just like,
oh, and
dude.
that's why that hurts.
I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
45
Oh,
years
shit.
old. I
God
can't
damn.
be
Yeah.
doing that.
No,
stuff. Or can I?
quick shout out to B-Boy Nam.
Damn.
He gets down, man. He's a world
Yeah.
champion, and he's a kid.
Oh,
he's a
shit.
guy that's teaching So yeah.
Well, I'm actually, I mean, that. I don't know if I'd want to go dance.
No, but you can come check it out.
Can we just come check?
Yeah,
it
you
out?
can come hang out. I mess around with the DJing, scratching, and everything, giving them what they want with the system that they got, and they love it, man. Hey, put this
Russ?
on. So
Nice.
yeah, man, it works out.
DJ Russ.
Yeah, so
Russell Shackelford.
Russell Shackelford, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
DJ Shackelford.
that happens.
DJ Shackelford.
DJ O'Shea.
That's it, dude.
DJ O'Shea.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. I think that's what we're going to call that actually, O'Shea Studios. So
Okay.
I don't know, because you can't use the downtown, right? But
Mm.
I don't know.
Or can we?
Yeah.
The downtown? Why not?
The downtown would be pretty tight, wouldn't it?
Just straight downtown.
Yeah, the
Downtown news.
downtown
Yeah, he's
studio.
been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, we have
That's
been
always
talking
been his
about.
thing. That's always been his thing, man. He's been wanting to do this downtown news thing for the longest time.
Yeah, I don't think you should
Fucking
do
do
the
it.
news thing. But I mean, downtown studio, that's tight.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, the thing about the downtown news, real quick, is it would be kind of cool because we know people all over. He lives in Livingston. I know people from Colorado.
Right.
I know people from Winton. All over, and just pop in on them real quick. Hey, what's going on in your town? Hey, okay. Maybe once or twice a week.
only
and
positive stuff.
only pop. Well, you got to get a little
I mean,
serious
yeah.
sometimes
See,
because
that's where it
what-
gets all dirty, dude.
well,
you don't want to get in there.
no, we don't want to get dirty
Yeah.
because the one thing, not saying no names, but a taco shop down the street got political and fucked him up real quick, didn't it? For a little bit,
Did
right?
it?
Oh, and the outbursts for you didn't see that?
No.
Well, I don't. I mean, it's
We
already
don't say
buried,
that,
so I don't
yeah.
bring it up anymore. But
Yeah.
it's just like when you put yourself like, I mean, when you already have a lot of exposure, and you decide to speak like about your beliefs and your
Right.
business, people don't like that.
No, you put your business in jeopardy.
So
Yeah.
right now, as a
Yeah.
person, like me, I'm representing myself.
Right.
When it comes to business, Lens 360. But my beliefs stick to me. Lens 360.
See, I'm actually
Neutral.
learning that very lesson through this show.
Yeah.
Because I've got some alternative beliefs. None of them are hateful or
Right.
exclusive.
Right.
Actually, all of my ideas are very inclusive. I understand tweaker dude that annoys the shit out of me at
Mhm.
3 a.m. You know what I mean?
Hey, but they have their
because
purpose.
He's high as fuck. But I mean, just the lack of, I don't know, feeling futile about society and not really feeling like you could be a part of it. You know what I mean? I mean, doesn't everyone sort of have a little bit of that in them? Like,
No, yeah.
I want to be normal, kind of.
Yeah.
So sometimes
Yeah.
it makes you feel like,
Like,
am I the only fucking normal one around?
so
right?
like for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, do I fit in? I'm like, I've had question that, I've posed that question to myself.
Damn.
And then someone who's not as logical as me, because it always ends with, who fucking gives a fuck if you fit in?
Yeah, for real,
right?
dude. Because I
I
was just
don't-
like thinking about that right now.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'm just doing my thing. Like, I watch this show all the time, and I'm like, God, I'm a fucking idiot. But whatever, I'm doing it anyway because
Uh-huh.
I like it.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who cares what anybody thinks? You're gonna do what you're gonna do.
Exactly.
If you're worried about what everybody thought, you'd be in a lot of
And
freaking
so
trouble.
I understand that guy that's just all fucked up. I hate that I'm paranoid about fucking people stealing my shit.
You should
You know
be.
what I mean?
well, you should
It
be.
should be. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I am.
Right.
So I mean, there's an alarm on this place. Don't get any fucking
Yeah,
ideas.
I was
and I
like-
live right there. And
No, I
we
mean,
had to walk through 4
they-
alarms and
yeah.
like 10 locks. So
Yeah. I mean, why do they make locks?
there's like 5 doors in here.
because there's fucking thieves.
times 2.
right.
Yeah.
To keep honest people honest.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Really,
the guy from
because
Full
your
Metal.
lock ain't doing shit.
The guy
for
from
you,
Full
dude.
Metal Jacket said it though, right?
What's that?
That there's thieves because
This
of
is my
dumbasses
gun.
like
this is
you.
for fun.
No, there's thieves because of dumbasses like you because your dumbass don't want to lock your thing up. So that's why there's a thief, right?
Right.
So if you just did your job and locked your shit up and everybody did their job, there wouldn't be any thieves.
Yeah, I do more than that. There's cameras on the building. I'm doing constant patrols, dude. If anybody is on the property, I'm just on them. Like, hey, how you doing? They're digging through the trash. I walk up to them, and I don't fuck with them. I'm just like, hey, when you're done, can you make sure you close the lids? That's how I confront them.
Oh, that's cool.
I just ask them to close
You're
the
not
lid.
tweaker stash. It's coming out of the bush.
You know what I mean?
What's going
And
on?
I just
Oh, shit.
basically walk up to them just to see who they are, what they're doing. If they're just looking for cans, I mean, sometimes I'll pull the cans out of here.
No,
and
I
just
get you,
give 'em
man.
a whole big bag. You know.
Same
what I mean?
thing. Yeah, same thing at the studio. Like every time I go, like random time of the day, I'll see somebody sleeping in the front, and
Right.
I mean, I still think of them as humans, so I give them water. We have food, give them
Right,
food.
of course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like-
yeah, you're
They're
right.
annoying as shit. But
well, bro, when
I
we
still
first got
treat-
there,
treat
they
them
were
as human.
shitting on our walls,
Right. That's
literally.
ridiculous.
And I'm like, I'm appalled. Like, dude,
it-
that's a
That's like, no, there's
But
been
it's
like
not
there's
a
been
statement towards you
there's been like- there's been like a couple-
necessarily.
there's been a
but
couple
it's
of
a
turds
statement. It's
But we
how
don't-
they
Street.
feel about life.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we don't have that
It's a
problem
trip.
anymore.
No.
So, well, we'd like to. I would like to think that because we're
Because of
being
that, yeah.
human towards them, and we hook them up with chips
Right.
and whatever we got here.
Just
And
don't
I've
ever
had
give
They
them a
watch out. They
cigarette,
watch the
dude.
place.
Please,
Yeah.
No.
Once you give them a cigarette, dude, it's
No.
all
Yeah.
downhill after that. They'll
It's like
Okay,
giving
I'll
a
keep that
cat
in mind.
food.
they'll come
Yeah,
in.
they're like cats,
in mind.
right? Yeah. They keep coming. Like, no.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that Merced being a sanctuary city, they should be doing a little bit more to provide opportunities for these people to get out of that camp.
We could,
You know.
we could, man. I can go on a
think
whole
so.
conversation about that.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
right?
but-
Yeah,
You
know
let's
what I mean?
let's take a decent hospital and turn it into a insane asylum.
Right.
That's what they did,
Or
right?
let's build a bunch of solar stations when almost 100% of our power comes from hydroelectricity. That's not polluting at all.
No,
And you could very easily just put another dam in the stream
right?
and just put another generator in the stream. It come like they're right out there.
It's coming anyways, right?
I mean,
Yeah,
Merced's a growing city, so hopefully we can move forward in
But
that direction.
solar for the city is not necessarily the answer.
Because it's not.
It's a nostalgic thing, though.
There's
Not,
that. I think that money could have been
Mhm.
delegated to more important, pressing matters like the homeless situation.
Yeah, because like in Turlock, we did a video for United Samaritan Foundation. Have you heard of them?
No.
They house a lot of homeless people.
Yeah, they got it together.
Do they house? They
No.
they
They give them a place
provide-
to get showered,
yeah.
right? So they give them their dignity. You
Yeah.
walk in the morning, you get to get a shower, you get a meal, and you get a plan. Okay, bro, here's what you should do today. Okay, cool. And they walk out.
Yeah, they
You know, them guys. I was tripping because they didn't look homeless.
they give you food. They give you
Mhm.
they give you
that,
clothes,
you know what I mean?
and they also give you a
Yeah.
mailing address so you can actually go out and find a
Yeah.
job.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like they provide these things like that can help you get a job, so you're
Yeah.
not on the street anymore.
Dude, that was the hardest thing because I was homeless in Santa Cruz. Homeless meaning I was living in my van in Santa Cruz, but
Mhm.
I didn't have a phone, and it was before cell phones.
Oh shit!
Oh,
And I didn't
man.
have an address.
Physical address.
So it was basically like, hey, I'm homeless in Santa Cruz, and I want you to hire me, but I want you to call my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll tell me when I see her, and then I'll call you. So I never got a job.
Damn.
I ended up running into some people, and then I just fixed a bunch of cars, and that made money for a while
Dope.
until we had a show back in Modesto, and my van broke down, and so I had it towed back to Merced, and
Hmm.
it took me 8 months
Damn.
to fix the van, and by then I was just firmly entrenched back at Merced. And so
Sucks you back in.
and then
I've always said if I'm gonna be homeless, I want to be homeless in San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh, it's beautiful over there, man. Nice and warm.
What
you know,
about Hawaii?
well, you got to get across the pond, bro. How you gonna get across over there and be homeless?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to look at.
Have
all
you
those
been to
pretty
Hawaii?
people in San Diego? No,
It's
I
incredible.
don't think I would like it.
I
because
trip out on it because we spent 7 days on the Big Island, and
Right.
a lot of the shit that's gone, I've been there. It's like, whoa, what the
Oh,
hell?
right. I was
Yeah,
watching some
man.
of the videos today of the lava flows in the street.
Yeah, that's some real
They
stuff.
were
Yeah.
walking
there,
on
man.
this one road, and they were like, "We can feel that there's a lava flow under the road."
Damn.
Yeah, it was a trip. I'm like, yeah,
and you
missed
still
me on
standing
all
there.
that volcanic. Yeah, I would feel confined. It's bad enough that we're on this rock, hurtling uncontrollably through space. Put me on a little tiny piece of dirt in the middle of all the water.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, dude,
dude, the 5.5 hour
Nah.
flight was enough, bro. And then
Yeah.
I had some asshole leaning back on me, so I'm looking at the top of his head the whole time, like, fuck,
Dude.
really?
I would
I'm
start
gonna fucking have a
massaging
panic
his head.
attack.
I'd be like,
Ah!
oh yeah. But
Damn.
well, I was, I think last year I went to Washington D.C. right, and we were coming back. My friend read the time wrong, and so we were super late, and so
Oh,
we had to do the run from the check-in to the gate.
Damn.
You
Oh
know?
shit!
They were calling our name
Oh,
and
no.
holding the gate for us, and all the security guards rushed us through security, which was thank God.
Yeah, you're lucky for
Right.
that. Yeah.
But so
Wait a minute, you're white though. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, they thought we were musicians because we got there and they're like, "Are you musicians?" And we're like, "Yeah." And then they saw the tag and they're like, "Oh, your plane's leaving
must
right
be
now.
nice."
You better go." And so we just did the little X-ray thing. We were running, and so I get on the plane and I am the very last plane. I get on the plane, door closes
Damn.
behind me.
Oh,
right? I'm the
shit.
very last person, right? And they're all waiting for me. And so I get on the plane and I'm looking. And you know, Southwest Airlines, you sit wherever you want.
That's already bad now.
Dude, awful.
Oh.
I was going for business, and I told the guy, if we fly in Southwest, I ain't going. We fly Virgin, I'm cool, right? Virgin's the way to go. But anyway, so I'm looking, and I'm looking for the two people that are trying to avoid me the most.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's what you're looking for?
So I see like 10 rows back this old couple, and they're like, and I'm just like, yeah.
That's where
So I'm like, I'm sitting right there between you, and they're like, and I go, yep, you right there, right? Dude, I should have never done that. I got so sick.
They're farting.
Oh my God! No, I just got some virus or something. As soon as I sit in between them, they're wiping stuff down, and then they start handing stuff across in front of me and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, dude, this was such a bad choice. I was trying to fuck with these people, and I lost.
Damn.
I hella lost.
Karma.
Instantly regret.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But if I ever do that again, I'm like, dude, are you guys married? You're sitting together.
No,
I'm not sitting in between you. That's
I don't.
not fair.
I don't like flying because I always end up doing the airport Macarena.
Oh,
Hey,
well,
you, come here. Let me pull you out. What the fuck? You just searched me.
What?
Well, we're gonna search you again. Okay.
Really? Oh, that's
Me and my wife 4 fucking times.
yeah.
2 flights, 4 searches.
When I went to DC, I took a vape pen, and but I took all the cartridges because I didn't want him to think,
Right.
anything, But anyway, it looked to them because I had it in my backpack in the pocket. They thought it was a bomb button thingy,
Oh, shit.
and I'm like, dude, those aren't real. You know what I mean? The Looney Tunes fucking bomb, remote bomb
Yeah.
thing. I'm like,
Those aren't real.
she goes, what is it? And I go, it says right on it, Vapo Dad.
Vapo
It
Dad.
wasn't even like a cigarette thing.
Damn.
Oh my god.
But, yeah,
Oh, man.
I don't know. They didn't care. They let me go.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm white.
Because you're white.
Because
Yeah.
I'm white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you, bro. I'm
Hey,
white
use
on the
it, man.
phone.
You're white. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Russ. How you doing?
I'm Russell. I'm white on the phone.
Yeah, come see Russ. Oh, you're Russ? Yeah, I'm Russ.
We all bleed red.
Damn, bro. Hey, that's true, though. I mean, because my first name is Irvin. My middle name is Eric. So
Right.
that's why I go by Eric, because people can't say Irvin. I swear to God, bro. Like,
Really?
yeah, every time I introduce myself, it's like, Irvin, nice to meet you. And they're like, Ruben? Aaron? And I'm just like, all right, fuck it, Eric then. Eric is my middle name, so Eric, like, that's why you go by Eric.
Yeah, that's a good old-fashioned white name.
Yeah. So
Irvin.
it's
That
business.
just seems like natural, though.
You can't say it, bro. Trust me, man.
Hey,
All the
I got a
time.
good friend named Kermit, so, yeah.
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 Well, I
Same.
named my son Jayston.
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 Huh.
Poor kid. Yeah, he has to re-say his name
All the time. Like,
and
wait,
spell it.
Jason?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jason? Justin? No, Jayston. Dude, mix them together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. I was thinking about, a friend of mine died. His name was
Oh.
Jay.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was a singer.
There you go.
And I wrote songs in Jay's tone. Get it,
Yeah,
Jayston?
that makes a lot of sense. I know a
Yeah,
guy that
that's the
named his
story of
son my son.
My son?
I tripped out. His name's Myson Dean, and I never paid attention to him. And I see the guy, I call him Pimpin'. Hey, what's up, Pimpin'? I'm watching my kid play. Which one is yours? Right there, Myson. I said, I know Myson. Myson's your kid? Yeah, it's my son. You named him Myson? That's my son.
Right.
Oh.
Damn.
I'm like, holy
Wow.
shit.
With the Y and everything?
With the Y and everything, bro.
Damn, bro.
Wow, and I thought Junior was bad. I was just like, oh,
Damn.
Yeah.
Dad, what are you doing?
Oh, bro, you see him all right. We're taking these little kids home, giving them a ride, right? And the mom goes, "Can you give baby girl a ride home? I just don't have the ride, And I'm like, "What? I can't give her a ride home. Well, she's gonna be riding with your son. We're gonna be right behind you. I just don't have the room." Okay. So she puts the little girl in the car, and I go, "Well, what's her name?" She goes, "I'm unique." And my son in front, he turns around and goes, "Of course her name's I'm Unique."
What is it?
Yeah.
I'm Unique.
I'm unique.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just so not.
Yeah,
unique.
'cause my son said I had to nudge my son like, "Shut up, bro."
Is that my son's sister?
I think they're cousins.
Oh.
Damn.
My son and
I'm
My
unique.
son and I'm Unique. Yeah.
well, that's just.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's a new world
Hey,
that we're doing. Jerry Garcia was a thing.
Jerry Garcia was a thing.
Yeah. People did too much in the '60s and on.
Fuck.
Right.
Don't know none of that.
So should I call you Irvin or
I mean,
Or is
I
it-
just go by E.
E?
I say Eric so people can have a name,
Right.
but just call me E.
All right.
You know,
E it is.
that's it.
E. Well, thank you, E, for coming.
Yeah.
Talking
So
with us.
we're gonna end it on
Russ.
that.
No worries.
Shout out to Over the Under, Third Hour Collective, Russ, you guys for having us on the podcast, Patrick for hitting us up.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Valley
Yeah.
Underground.
Valley
definitely.
Underground, man.
If
Check
you
'em out.
don't know what the Valley
Boom,
Underground
Valley
is, then you're
Underground.
not quite
Cool.
underground now, are you? Damn
I
it.
mean, we're gonna bring all the artists we can, man. This is cool what you guys are
Cool, I
doing.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You know?
dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
let me
I
get a
wanna-
quick tagline. Hey, I got the hookup because I do got the hookup. Music, photos. Holy shit, I got the hookup. I
Yeah,
do.
that's it.
Right.
So you need something, let me know. If you need an artist to come over here, I hooked you up with C Monkey D. I got
Right.
the hookup.
We need all kinds of people. We want everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got 'em. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm inclusive, but I'd like to get some artists. Come
Oh,
talk
so Joel Aguilar.
who?
Joel
Oh,
Aguilar.
yeah.
I'll bring him here. He's
Okay.
the artist at the studio that we have.
Bro,
Oh,
this dude
cool.
was trained in Italy, bro.
Oh, he studied in
Yeah.
Italy. He studied where I don't know the name of the school, but
the-
it's the same school that Michelangelo taught or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He gets
Right,
down, man.
right.
He knows his stuff.
Well, we got
So.
C Monkey Do on
C Monkey
Sunday. If you
Do.
guys want to come by.
Yeah,
What
you
we doing
guys want to
Sunday?
sit
What
in the
time are you
green
gonna
room
do?
over here with us?
7.
Come check out.
Oh, you
Sea
know what?
Monkey.
Send me a seat.
Seven.
I'm going to be
Okay.
right there.
Yeah,
All
buddy.
right.
Something like- All right. Well, here I'm gonna turn this off.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Thank